So ratatouille is basically a vegetable stew. And you can do any number of things with it. Once you make it, you can swap out the ingredients. The things that are in every recipe are onions, garlic, zucchini. Look, it came from my garden.
Oh.
Zucchini. And egg.
Cabinet over there.
Those are the things that are in every recipe. Eggplant, zucchini, garlic, onions. You can add squash.
Hold on just a second. Stuart, unclick your video. Bottom left-hand side. Does he know how to do it?
Putting peppers in mine. You can use green peppers, red peppers, whatever you want. Oh, tomatoes. Tomatoes go in it too. This is a great dinner for when you have, when you're going out in the garden, if you've got a garden like mine, in July. Because then you pick tomatoes, you pick the peppers, you pick the veggies, and then you come in and you make it. You can also throw green beans in it. You can throw anything you want. It's a kind of clean out the refrigerator type of deal. Then you have with it spices. Now, this is Herbes de Provence, which when I was in Provence, this is what everybody used. Salt and pepper. Yes, Herbes de Provence. Perfect. You know, I mean, it's all about, now you can go out and get your own fresh herbs, which I forgot to do, but we'll do that later. You can switch it up if you decide that you don't want to do a Provençal dish, then you make it into a vegetable curry by
that sounds good too.
Adding curry powder or garam masala. Or you can make it into using Moroccan spices and add maybe dried fruit to it, and suddenly you've got a Moroccan stew. You can add olives to it. You can add almost anything. You know, it's like, okay, what am I going to do? Let's go with it. So I'm going to chop up some vegetables while I'm talking. Also, if you're going to make the ratatouille that is like the Disney ratatouille, you have to be all persnickety about how you cut things up. However, I don't want to. So you just cut up stuff into big chunks and bang it.
You did my vegetables.
Yeah, you did that already, Carrie.
I had a half an hour, like at 11 o'clock, so I chopped my vegetables.
The main thing
and because Noelle doesn't like eggplant, I didn't add the eggplant. I did zucchini, peppers, and butternut squash.
Butternut squash.
I'm with Noelle. No eggplant for me either.
No eggplant for you either?
Yeah, no. Although Kate's probably the one person that would, let's see, which way do I go? Kate's this way. She's probably the one person that could get me to eat eggplant, I'll bet.
You know what? If you don't like eggplant, leave it out. I mean,
yeah, that's what I'm doing.
The video.
It doesn't matter.
Start video.
Oh, there comes Stuart.
Here comes Stuart.
Yay, there's Stuart.
Ah, there it is.
Hi, Stuart.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going, girls?
Good to see
Now, this
you.
is going to look like an amazing, enormous amount of, hi, Stuart.
Hello. How are
An
you?
amazing and enormous amount of vegetables, but I promise you it's going to cook down.
And celery, friends.
And get all saucy and things like that. So we have, isn't that cute, from my garden, among the first of the zucchini. So it's all about sort of the same size. Hey, Stuart,
Yeah.
could you wait for just a little bit, because that's so beautiful and distracting.
Too distracting.
So I got zucchini and peppers.
Mariana, are you cooking too? No?
Wow.
You can play when we're interluding, when it's cooking.
Well, we're having our wine.
Oh, while you're having your wine.
Well, I'll take a nap.
Are you cutting zucchini half moons?
Am I cutting what?
Zucchini half moons, or are they long circles or diced?
They look like this.
Half moons? Okay, thank you.
Half moons. You can chop them into any shape you want. One of the things that's nice about this is it's sort of like the bread that I made. Whatever.
Whatever.
Whatever. Oh, you want it? Okay. Sounds good.
I like it.
And I'm not doing garlic because I have, what happened to my garlic?
Right there. Right in front of you.
So,
Minced garlic.
terrifying.
Minced garlic.
Garlic,
Garlic.
garlic. So we're going to move to the stove now. And
You have your box set up?
here's the my Dutch oven, which everybody who's ever been in my kitchen knows about it.
It's okay.
And
I have the same.
Yeah,
thing,
that
Marina.
This works. Okay.
Yeah.
does this work? It's okay?
Yeah.
And you just slop in, cover the bottom of your pan with olive oil. Now, if you don't have olive oil, use regular oil. It doesn't matter. And then
It doesn't matter is the theme of
right.
cooking show.
It seems to be
I
your
like it. It's my kind of show.
If it
That's
works,
what we need, Kate. We need a theme for the cooking show.
that's true.
recurring theme. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. I like
It
it.
doesn't
Just
matter.
doesn't matter.
So I'm waiting for it to come up to heat, and it's not. Because it's a thick cast iron, it doesn't come up really fast.
This is testable, Stuart. You're going to make this when we get out of this.
I'll be back. I'll be back in a few.
There will be a quiz. Okay, so here we go.
Onion.
The onions go in first. And they take about, I would say, 2 to 3 minutes, just until they kind of soften up a little bit. And you can really, they're smelling done. Dina, have you ever made this?
No, I don't think I have. I've done something like it.
My story with this was I was in the south of France with Damien and Kelly, and they were with Damien's family, and the French don't do anything the way we think they do. They just don't. And Damien's family thought that the way you were on vacation was you did no cooking, you made a salad, you made rice, and that was it. I mean, it was like, oh my God, I didn't come to France to do that. So I started cooking for everybody. And the first dish that I made was ratatouille because I had gone to Boussais to the market and I picked up vegetables there. And I could tell that his family wasn't too sure about my going into their vacation and making. They loved it.
Of course they did.
We made crepes. I did it, but somebody else would do the salad. Somebody else would do rice. Somebody else would do spaghetti. Spaghetti in the south of France. You don't add the garlic to this yet because it will.
You don't want it to burn. That's why. She's busy.
The mailman.
Ah, yes.
Bailey, did you hear a dog?
Lord.
Did you hear that dog? Come.
But you can see it's already cooking down a little bit.
Are you on?
I'm on. You'll have to come in later. Stuart's going to play the piano for us.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll
Yes.
let Ed wants to come listen when Stuart's playing the piano. Not now, not now. You
He
can go. Bye.
has to come up with a theme. It just
Oh.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I like
A
it.
cooking show theme.
A cooking show theme, right?
Yes.
So I'm tossing in the garlic. I'm tossing in some peppers. And you just keep stirring it. Peppers take a little longer than eggplant or zucchini. So you're adding stuff that takes a little longer, but it's all going to cook up into a mush anyway.
You're getting that kind of tomato? I didn't know. All right, am I doing some vegetables? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, you're just tossing in some of your vegetables. None of this needs to be, like super. This is still on high heat. Now this looks like, oh my God, I can feed an army. No.
Was that 2 eggplants, Kate? Was that 2 eggplants in that? Did you do
No,
2?
one.
Just 1. Oh, okay. I couldn't tell.
One.
All right.
I said 2 in case you got like the Japanese eggplants,
Oh, yeah, the long, thin ones.
the long thin
Okay.
ones.
Gotcha.
You can make this with. It's fine.
It
Um,
doesn't matter.
It doesn't
Doesn't
matter.
matter.
Right.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. Maybe people are going to get sick of hearing that. But you're letting this basically getting a little bit crusty, but not much, and getting it down. It's already beginning to cook down.
Okay.
It's got a nice brown look on the bottom of your pan. And the last thing you add, now I'm adding diced tomatoes.
Okay.
We're adding this, the whole tomatoes. I would just reach in and grab them and tear them apart before I put them in. With diced tomatoes, you don't have to. You dice up your fresh tomatoes if you've got them. And what I'm just doing.
Next one. Now, I accidentally bought diced tomatoes that had basil and garlic.
Oh, perfect.
Cool.
Mhm.
Perfect.
Because it doesn't matter.
Mhm.
So, if something's going to add good flavor, why not use it?
Right.
In a sense, everything matters and nothing matters. So there you go. Now, for those of you who are, now this has been on really high. For those of you cooking along, have you noticed how they're getting soft? The vegetables are getting soft. Mariana?
Yep.
So right about now is when you add your tomatoes. Now the tomatoes are going to stop all of the browning of anything. So that's why I kind of wanted to have things a little bit brown. You can see not every piece of eggplant is a little bit brown on it, but some of them are.
Okay.
And they cook down, and you toss in a can of tomatoes. And I'm not finding that saucy enough for me.
Bailey, no.
So there's 2 things I can do. One thing is to add another can, which I probably will. Another thing to do is to add a little lime, which I'm going to do anyway. I'm still going to add some more diced tomatoes, but you don't have to if you don't want to. I like it a little saucier. That's all.
Whoa, that's so cool. You just have to put it on the bottom and there we go.
Yeah. There we go. Pour the wine in.
much.
Stir that baby up. Now you're still making it. Now you have to add herbes de Provence. I didn't give what?
Here's a key. Come
So,
on.
I didn't give a measurement because you're going to do this to taste, along with some salt and I like a lot of black pepper.
Oh,
And if you want a little heat, and I kind of do, but not very much, crushed red pepper
Okay.
can go into it too. That gives it kind of a bite, but it's still not a great deal. This is something you can always add later if you want, or not at all. It doesn't matter. Okay?
what is it, Kate?
The crushed red pepper.
Oh, crushed red pepper. Okay.
It's like the stuff you get in the little packet at the pizza place.
Pizza place,
Oh,
right.
okay.
You know, if you like it a little spicy, and it's not going to be spicy like curry.
Like a little zip.
It's just a little zip.
Okay.
Nice. Okay. Now I'm bringing it up to a boil. I'm going to show you what it looks like. It looks like, you know, cool.
Mm,
The way it looks.
it looks really good.
Beautiful.
Now,
No, I had shrimp for lunch.
Oh, okay.
And it smells really good.
oh yeah, you know because you've made it in your kitchen today.
Yeah.
Shrimp,
All right.
black beans, and avocado.
So when it comes up to a boil, which it's not yet, it will, because my stove, this is the worst burner for my stove, but it's coming up to a boil. Then you put a lid on it, turn it down to, you know, simmer, and then let it cook while you make anything else you want, or while you pour yourself a glass of wine and stare sullenly at the stove. I don't care.
Wait, I forgot my wine.
So
I'm going
it's
for my
up to
apple juice.
boil right now. It's obviously boiling. And I'm turning it down. And basically we're done. Now, that took a whole lot longer than I ordinarily do it. Oh my God, the dogs. They are so stupid. Every time somebody comes by, they have to announce it. But this, I would keep this, I would cook this for at least 30 to 35 minutes.
Okay.
And here's the thing, it's really good the next day.
Okay.
It's really good if it's, you know, it's the next day and you want something, it's good cold. Now, what else can you add to this? You can add capers, should you possess them, or which we learned last week, making chicken piccata, just how thrilling that was, that little finding them. Or olives, green olives in particular.
Watches over the
Uh-huh.
they can actually edit all the videos.
And so I'm going to make some rice now.
We should do make like a headline based on this.
Kate, is this when you add the meat if you want meat in it, or is it later?
Sausage in it, you can add it now.
Now? Okay.
Yeah. If you were putting sausage in it, sure. So I kind of like having it separate, and then grilling sausages, or having them separate.
That sounds good to me. I just have a meat-eating husband that likes it occasionally. So okay.
So do I, but I cook the meat separately.
I can do either way. He just thinks it's like Christmas when he gets his extra meat, red meat. He says that's when he knows I love him, is when I make like a meatloaf, because I can hardly put my hands in it. But no, you learn these things, so.
He doesn't have any other evidence that you love him?
Well, occasionally. Okay, that's the biggie, though. That's really the big deal. When I make meatloaf, that's a big deal around our house.
Because it's so disgusting to put your hands in it.
It is disgusting.
Yeah, it is.
And later I'll tell you a real disgusting story about it, but I don't want to interrupt.
Tell us now.
It's funny. Well, he reads this thing on the internet that Costco sells a chub of ground beef for like $1 less a pound or something. Well, I go and I get like the lean 5 pounds or whatever it is, and I like make my meatball. I just do it all at once, freeze it, make meatballs. So he comes up with this wonderful theory that he's going to check it out. I said, you go ask the butcher. You have to ask for it. So he goes and does it, and it's 10 pounds, and it's bull meat. That is the most disgusting thing you've ever seen.
It's what?
Mixes. I didn't know what it was. So
what is it?
Well, it's bull meat instead of cow, and it's what Costco uses to mix into their ground beef. It's very lean, like there's no fat in it at all. But now I've got this 10-pound chunk of the most disgusting looking thing. I mean, he helped package it, and I'm like, oh my gosh. But yeah,
okay.
If you ever want something interesting, the butcher has it at Costco, and it's 10 pounds of this, the worst stuff ever. Anyway.
Okay, rice. I have never made rice in a rice cooker. I think it's ridiculous. But if you want to make it in your rice cooker, the water is twice as much rice. That's it. And a thing of salt. You bring it to a boil.
Define thing.
This.
About that much.
Thing could mean a whole bunch of things.
You have to watch your hands.
Half a teaspoon, okay? If you're addicted to measurements.
I know what a thing is, but just.
So you bring this up to a boil, you clap a lid on it, and you set your timer, my chicken timer, for 11 minutes. 11 minutes. Then you turn it off and you leave it there until you're ready to serve it. And it makes perfectly fine rice. And then you fluff it up with your fork. All there is to it.
A new show idea. It's you and Dina, like Click and Clack on NPR, the car talk show, but it's talk. And you guys are cooking the same recipe at the same time. Kate says for whatever, and then Dina translates. Every time.
we have been cooking together. Dina, haven't we been cooking together since you were like 4?
Maybe even earlier.
I think so. Because Dina is 12 years younger than I am. And well, 11 and a half.
Yeah, well, I remember you giving me a piece of dough to knead and just making my own little dough bread.
Which ended up being sort of gray, as I recall.
Because it was dirty, yeah.
We didn't cook it.
Yeah,
That was for practice.
it was practice.
It's Play-Doh. Yeah, Play-Doh.
But there you go.
Totally, Play-Doh.
Yeah, it was Play-Doh, basically, only it had yeast in it, which
The loaf of bread didn't suffer.
no. But our mom, well, when I was in high school, I made a deal with my mom to, I would cook every night for dinner. And I would come home from school, cook every night, and then she wouldn't open my door and check the bedroom for
Check our room.
Yeah,
because it was
our
messy.
room. So
I like it.
That's a good deal.
I like that deal.
well, it's a good deal for my mom, and it was a good deal for me because my father, our father, had, well, yeah.
Don't put an onion in it.
Don't you put an onion in
He
that.
hated onions.
Hated tomatoes.
And if you made him a stew, he took the stew, chunks and all. He liked potatoes in them and everything, but he took it to the blender and blended it.
Oh.
It was horrible.
And then ate
My
it.
father had no taste.
Oh my God.
It was disgusting.
Oh.
He blends the dinner.
So
Can you just back up 1 second on the rice? So you just bring it to the boil and then you shut off at that point. You don't, but that's when you do the
down.
11 minutes and just let it sit, right?
No, you turn it down.
Down. Okay, that's what I didn't hear.
Down to
Okay.
a very small flame.
Okay. For
So-
the 11 minutes.
Flame.
Gotcha.
I'm turning it down.
Okay.
And then 11 minutes with it down.
Down.
on
Okay.
stove, and we're set.
Gotcha. Perfect.
So,
Thank you.
and now I'm going to make a really difficult recipe called garlic butter, which goes on the garlic bread. And I know you're going to laugh. Here is soft butter. And then you mix it up. That's it. Ooh. But this is something that Noelle really likes at the house.
Yeah,
We're gonna make some of that tonight because she has insisted.
So the only reason I'm not making a whole loaf of garlic bread, the one that she likes the most is where you cut up the bread. You then put the garlic butter in between, wrap it in aluminum foil, and stick it in the oven for 20 minutes.
No. Stick
it in a hot oven. This, since I don't have Noelle here to eat the whole damn thing.
Yes.
Noelle,
Need your helper.
I'm just smearing this garlic butter
What?
on the bread.
Do you need to go out?
And that's it. And then anything left over is just gravy. You can put it on toast in the morning or whatever. And, oh, there's another piece of bread.
No.
And now you basically have dinner.
Dinner.
And probably dinner for at least 2 days.
Mm.
You know,
At least.
yeah.
You
And
guys want to hear something funny while we're waiting?
yes.
Okay, here's the stress diet, you guys. I think Kate already saw this. This is a hoot. For breakfast, you have a half a grapefruit, a slice of whole wheat toast, and 8 ounces of milk. For lunch, you have 4 ounces of lean broiled chicken breast, 1 cup of steamed zucchini, 1 Oreo cookie, herb tea. Mid-afternoon snack, the rest of the package of Oreos, 1 quart of Rocky Road ice cream, 1 jar of hot fudge. Dinner is 2 loaves of garlic bread, large pepperoni and mushroom pizza, a large pitcher of Pepsi, 2 Milky Way candy bars, and the entire frozen Trader Joe cheesecake eaten directly from the freezer.
I love it. Love it, love it.
So
There
close.
are many ways to eat Kate's.
So close to my diet right now. So close. I was just talking to Joan yesterday, and she said, and I've gained some weight. And I thought, I'm not talking about it. We don't go to the pool every day anymore.
Tell me about it. I'm really missing the pool a lot. It's very depressing.
Oh, I know.
Walking is not the same thing because when you're walking, you actually hurt your knees a little in your back.
Yes.
And when you're swimming, it's like you're in a therapy situation. You feel like you're getting a little massage all the time. I don't know. And the water at that pool was very warm, so it's like going to the. I mean, it's incredibly warm. It was hot tub warm, right, Kate?
Yes. So
Sounds
much so that
wonderful.
Nancy, our friend Nancy, would come in there at least once a week and really bitch about how hot it was.
So I liked it hot.
And I would nod my head sympathetically and stay in the warm water.
You know what? That's like the warmer, the more coronavirus friendly, right? Or something. I don't know. It just sounds scary to me. It could be the opposite, the colder, but the idea of swimming indoors is frightening right now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it is kind of. Not that I could do it.
Yeah,
I'm
but
pretending that my shower is a waterfall somewhere in Hawaii.
There, that's a good idea.
during the day,
Susan, let's get Stuart in this. He was